Maize is one of the most consumed grain in Africa. Maize alongside other grains are threatened with a disease known as aflatoxin, which experts say kills slowly.
Aflatoxins, the name aflatoxin came from A, meaning A flavors, and toxin, a poison. So it's produced by a special group of fungi called aspergillus. That's where the A is from. And it's a poison that is very harmful to humans and animals. And what it does is it causes liver cancers. It reduces the ability of the body to protect itself from disease, so it reduces immune activity, it causes immune suppression, it causes growth stunting in children, and it's responsible for reduced animal productivity. Particularly poultry are affected by this toxin, but there are also other animals, livestock, and pets. Dogs are also affected by this toxin. It's more of a chronic condition in some countries, for example in Nigeria, where low levels of ingestion happen over time. And when that happens, the toxic effects, the toxins affect the body, but it's not immediately visible as occurs with acute contamination in food. But because it happens with low doses over a prolonged period of time, you only learn about the effects of jaundice and hepatitis and liver cancer many years after.
It is alarming to note the increasing number of cancer cases caused by the aflatoxin contamination from the consumption of natural foods, which also affects even unborn children and animals.
Unborn children and infants are also susceptible to aflatoxin contamination because when the mothers ingest foods contaminated with aflatoxin, it passes through the umbilical cord to the unborn child. And this, like we know, are a very, vulnerable group. And this also happens with infants because as the mother feeds on contaminated food, it goes through the breast milk to another form of aflatoxin called aflatoxin M, which the child consumes through the mother. And weaning foods in Nigeria are cereal-based. Many of them are cereal-based and also include cheap sources of protein like groundnuts, which are also susceptible to aflatoxin contamination.
Niger State in Nigeria has been identified as having the largest grain contaminated by aflatoxin, where large quantity is being purchased and taken to various parts of the country. Worrisome is the fact that there are no regulatory bodies controlling and checkmating the status of products being sold there, hence posing a big threat of aflatoxin.
When you go to Niger State, where it is reported has recorded the highest contamination rate for maize. Now, what are the institutions in Niger State that are actually dealing with this issue? Absolutely, you find out that nothing has been done.
Are the consumers aware of this threat to their health?
That one Aflatoxin. That one a big grammar. I have not heard of it before. No, I'm not aware. I will not believe because even before I was born, we used to eat this maize and we have been eating it. So I will not believe. Because one, it's not preserved like the way all these foreign foods are preserved. This one is natural. Like the way you see this corn, they leave it like this because of the preservation. Because they believe if they remove this chaff, insect will enter it very easy. So when they keep it in storage like this, till next year, this is how it will remain. So it's not preserved like other foods. So I don't believe that there is any disease on it. I don't think there is a contamination on it.
I have not heard it. But if there is something like that, if there is something like that as a disease in maize, we have to get it because over 100% of Nigeria are eating maize. It depends on this maize more than the same. You understand? I'll be much worried because most of us depend on it. We eat it day by day. Even in Kunu, we use it doing Kunu pap for children, little children that is coming We use it in preparing for our for dead. So if I heard that it's contaminated by aflatoxin, I would be very, very worried. But as for me, I believe in God that such is not in all the maize. By God's grace, we still have the one that is not yet contaminated with aflatoxin.
The low level of aflatoxin awareness and education is a key problem in Africa because a lot of farmers have no idea what aflatoxin is, talk more of its harmful effects. In a bid to create awareness and proper solution to this menace, the Nigerian government is collaborating with the Partnership for Aflatoxin Control in Africa, PACA, to reach out to the public, especially those at the grassroots.
This partnership with Nigeria is part of a larger continent-wide effort by the African Union to address the multiple challenges related to the prevalence of aflatoxins. The establishment of PACA at the Commission level symbolizes its commitment, of the African Union's commitment. The priority given by the African Union Commission to aflatoxin control is also part of the effort to revive African agriculture within the wider CAADP framework, the Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program. It is also to promote public health and optimize the continent's ability to position itself favorably in international trade of agricultural products. The elimination of aflatoxin contamination is therefore essential for the transformation of African agriculture.
In the meantime, it is the social responsibility of everyone aware of the harmful effects of aflatoxin to educate others. We all have to put our hands on deck in fighting aflatoxin, with hope that the government and more organizations will assist in ensuring food safety development in Africa. According to Michael Johans, food safety involves everybody in the food chain. Sandra Kanu reporting for ZTTV.